Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. This is Radio Free Mormon on the air, broadcasting behind enemy lines. Tonight's episode, this is why you can't trust the Mormon Church. Now, there's been a lot of information coming out regarding Tim Ballard and the allegations against him, the statement the church made. This is a story that has a lot of moving parts to it, and there's still a lot of questions left to be answered. But one thing we know for sure, from what has been demonstrated up to now, is that you cannot trust the Mormon Church. Let me tell you why that is in a nutshell, and then if you give me 15 minutes of your time, I'll explain it all in detail. The reason you can't trust the Mormon Church is because at the same time that they are lying about never having supported Tim Ballard, they are removing the evidence that shows that they supported Tim Ballard. Okay. What am I talking about? I'm talking about, first off, the statement that was issued by the church, which has been verified by many sources, including the governor of Utah, as a valid statement from the church, although the church wants to remain mum on the issue and have other people, including the governor of Utah, carry their water for them and tell the public that this really is an official statement by the LDS Church. If we go to that statement, let me find it now. I'm going to bring it up on the screen. Here's an article that has the complete statement in it. And all I want to talk about is the penultimate paragraph of the statement. There's the statement. The penultimate paragraph is, in addition, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints never endorsed, supported, or represented O.U.R., Tim Ballard, or any projects associated with them. Breaking that down, they have stated, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints never supported Tim Ballard or any projects associated with him. Okay? So that is the unequivocal statement from the LDS Church. Now, the problem is, among other things, that in 2015, the LDS Church published on its own website an article very supportive of Tim Ballard. In fact, it was a glowing article. And I'm going to put that up on the screen as well. You can't find it anymore because, believe it or not, they took it down. And not only did they take it down, they took it down on the same day that that statement was published by Vice News. That was September 15th, 2023. That was a Friday. And once again, on the same day that they issued that statement, or at least that it was published, that they have never supported Tim Ballard, they took down this following article from their website. And by their website, I mean the official website of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Here it is. Now, fortunately, somebody made a screenshot of this article on the LDS website before they took it down. And here is what it says. There it is. Okay, now hopefully you can see that there's a picture of Tim Ballard holding a child, obviously just rescued. And the title of this is, you'll see at the top, it says churchofjesuschrist.org. That is the official church website. I got this. I want to give credit where credit is due from Rebecca Biblioteca. I don't know if she's the one who screenshotted this or she just sent it to me, but whoever kept this and screenshotted it and preserved it, I want to give thanks to. It says it's under the Latter-day Saints channel. It's titled Saving Children, Tim Ballard, and Operation Underground Railroad. So let me just read you so you'll see how supportive this article is that the LDS Church had up on its own website. Tim Ballard has clear blue eyes, piercing in fact, eyes that have seen far more trouble and fear than you or I probably ever will. But his eyes have also seen immeasurable amounts of gratitude and hope from the innocent young victims he has helped rescue from the horrors of sex slavery. As a former CIA operative, he helped found a child crimes unit, along with other Christian agents. After a time, he left the CIA and began his own private organization, Operation Underground Railroad. Once again, this is from 2015. And once again, this is the article that the church took down on September 15th. It had stayed up there for years with no apparent problem until Friday, September 15th, 2023. Once again, he began his own private organization, Operation Underground Railroad, to help as many children as he could with his own dream team of operatives, a team he trusts to save children from evil all over the world. Ballard says that the statistics give him reason enough to do the work he does. Over 27 million men, women, and children are currently slaves in some form, and 2 million of them are children. Along with these staggering numbers, the fundamental reason he does this work is because of his faith in Jesus Christ. There's no question in my mind that this is the Lord's work and that we are his hands. This is so important because it's so important to the Lord, Ballard says. Tim Ballard. He goes on, children are so vulnerable and innocent and so easy to prey upon. Without outside help, there is no chance for children. The admonition of the Savior was to love the children. He threatened anyone who would dare offend these little ones. That ends the quote from Tim Ballard in this article. The article goes on, during their operations, Ballard, along with members of his team and other volunteers, go undercover to pose as individuals interested in purchasing children. Through a series of carefully planned out situations done in concordance with local government authorities, the children are safely secured and sent to live in protected orphanages or home environments in their own countries while the perpetrators are arrested. In 2014, during their first year of operations, Tim and his team successfully rescued 230 children from sex slavery and abuse. This year, they plan to double or triple that number. Dealing with these issues on a regular basis does take a toll on Ballard and his team, but he says that he keeps perspective through the atonement of Jesus Christ. I've never in my life prayed so hard for the second coming, Ballard says. The atonement heals all. It's our job in the meantime to serve especially the downtrodden and the suffering, to liberate the captive. To those who want to help but don't know how, Ballard encourages, at the least, you can pray for these kids. To hear Tim Ballard speak on a recent episode of Mormon Channel Daily, which is sponsored by, yes, the LDS Church, click here. For information about his organization and new full-length documentary, The Abolitionists, visit www.ourrescue.org. So that is the end of the article that is very supportive of Tim Ballard, which was published on the church's official website back in 2015, and which was taken down and scrubbed and sent down the memory hole on Friday, September 15th, 2023, the same day that the statement by the church was issued saying that the church has never supported Tim Ballard in any way. Well, apparently, this article would beg to differ. Now, let me go to another document that I want to show you. Oh, right. You notice that there was a link at the bottom of the article to the O.U.R. Rescue website. Well, that link doesn't work anymore because the article isn't up on the church website anymore, so you can't click on it. But if you do a search for O.U.R. Rescue, you will find out that, indeed, this is still present on the web. This is the official website of Operation Underground Railroad. So let me see if I can bring this up. That is what that link goes to. It goes to Operation Underground Railroad. And on the top of that page, they have a number of different things you can click on. About us, what we do, join the fight. And how do you join the fight? Well, you can give now. And if you click on that, you give to O.U.R., and you can make a difference in paving the way for the permanent eradication of child sex trafficking. If we go off that page, you can also join the Abolitionist Club, make a direct impact in the fight to end human trafficking by becoming a monthly donor. So there are those things that show that the link, if that article from 2015 that the church scrubbed on September 15th was not supportive enough of Tim Ballard and Operation Underground Railroad, then the link at the bottom certainly was, and leads to the official website of Operation Underground Railroad, at which you can make contributions and donations and even become a member of the Abolitionist Club. All right. It does not seem to be coming up, so I will just quote it for you, all right? Here's the problem, is that if you lie about little things, then you will also lie about big things. The quote is, someone who lies about the little things will lie about the big things too. Go ahead and settle for quoting it. Once again, if you lie about the little things, you will lie about the big things. That's axiomatic in the law, in human experience, in life. A person who will lie about the little things will also lie about the big things. And the problem with this is not only that the church is lying to its members, it's that it's lying to its members at the same time that it's hiding the evidence that shows that they're lying to the members. This is remarkable. If the Mormon Church will lie to you about never having supported Tim Ballard, it will also lie to you about Joseph Smith and his First Vision accounts. If the Mormon Church lies to you about never having supported Tim Ballard, it will also lie to you about Moroni, the gold plates, and the translation of the Book of Mormon. And if the church will lie to you about never having supported Tim Ballard, it will also lie to you about what it is that you need to do in order to be saved in the next world, in the celestial kingdom. That's the problem. If you lie about little things, you will lie about big things. And at this point, you cannot trust. And this is why you cannot trust the LDS Church. Now, as sure as I'm sitting here, some Einstein out there is going to say, well, that article from 2015 about Tim Ballard that the church took down, that article wasn't really supporting Tim Ballard. They'll try and say it wasn't really supporting him in any way. Well, Einstein, here's my question that I want you to answer for me, okay? If that's true, why did the church take it down? If that article wasn't supportive of Tim Ballard and Operation Underground Railroad, why did the church take it down? That's the question you're going to need to answer for me. So that is ultimately why it is that you cannot trust the LDS Church. I've done it in, I think, 15 minutes, possibly. No, it's going to be 15 minutes or less. So I have met the goal I set out. That is about all there is for tonight. Oh, one other thing, since I've got one more minute before 15-minute runs, I'm calling it the Mormon Church. Now, if you go back over all my episodes of Radio Free Mormon, all the times I've been on Mormonism Live, you may not have noticed, I have never called, to my recollection, I have never called the LDS Church the Mormon Church. I have always, out of respect, called it either the LDS Church or the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I have not called it the Mormon Church out of respect. But here's the problem. If an organization lies to its members and to the public, and at the same time hides the evidence that shows it's lying, that organization has forfeited any moral authority to dictate to others how the others should refer to the organization. So it's Mormon Church from here on out, and that's the name of that song. Now, that is all for tonight. Until next time, this is Radio Free Mormon, signing off the air.